is day 6 of the potato diet. I am feeling great. I've said that every video, but you know what? I really do feel good when I'm eating potatoes and vegetables and a very reasonable amount of fruit. It just feels so good eating this way. It really, really cleans out your body. I love the palate cleansing aspect of it. I feel awesome. So I'm sorry, but probably tomorrow I'm also going to say I'm feeling great, because I really am. So for breakfast, I am making my smoothie, of course. It just makes me feel good, and I'm happy to eat it every day. I was gonna do hash browns or something like that for another meal, and I just didn't feel like it, so I'm not going to. I just made my cashew milk, so my blender pitcher is not very clean, but basically I just put my bananas and my cup of mixed berries in there. I have been using half cashew milk, half water, and that's been, I think, a really good way to kind of cut the calories down and the fat content down, since I do make my own cashew milk and it's not thickened with gums or anything like that. So it's something that I've been doing, and I feel like it's a good thing for sure. I also add in a little bit of cinnamon and vanilla, and then I blend away, and I love that smoothie so much. It's delicious. You're probably wondering, or possibly wondering, after yesterday did not go great with the whole weigh-in thing, what my weigh-in was like today. So I dropped the weight that I had gone up, plus I also went down 0.8 pounds. So over those kind of 2 days where my fluctuation of weight and also stagnation of weight was occurring, I knew that I was actually losing weight over that time, and it's just nice to see it on the scale. But I could tell, like, my skin was smoothing out, and just so many different things about my body were changing and have been changing, and so I knew it was just a false read. I really do think it was the whole hormonal shift, and you know what? It's okay. I feel like sometimes I and others, unless the scale is moved, don't regard the other benefits of weight loss, and I really, really do appreciate all of those other things that come from doing something like a potato diet, or something that's really healthy, can be a palate cleanser, whatever else you're kind of looking for. That being said, of course I'm happy that the scale is moving again. At this point, I've gone down more than 3 pounds, and I'm really happy about that. I feel like every time I do the potato diet, it just kind of propels me into a weight loss mode, and I'm really excited about what that will look like for me going out of this. A lot of times, that palate cleanser, I know I keep on talking about that, but the ultimate benefit of that is that I'm not craving the things that I was craving before, and so I end up eating better when I'm done with the potato diet. I do not just go and binge. I might have like one of my fruit crisps or one of my maximum weight loss desserts that I've created. For sure, I might do something like that, because I haven't had anything like that in a week, almost a week at this point. There's nothing wrong with that, but I won't be craving like a Justin's peanut butter cup. Those are so good. So that's what's up with breakfast and weight loss and how I'm feeling. I am gonna go and head off and take care of some things, and then I will see you back for lunch, which at this point I've filmed after having my breakfast, so it won't be that long. It's pretty close to lunchtime at this point. I'm about to go on my walk. I put my shoes on, my jacket on, and I am just I'm excited for this walk because it's looking like it's not gonna rain, and it might end up being another sunny day, which would be awesome. And I want to listen to a podcast. This absolutely is a shameless plug for my husband and his brother's podcast. These guys, they just know how to do it. They're hilarious together. You get the brotherly banter, you get just crazy stories. I will link it in the description box of this video. Also, I will link their YouTube channel, because if you're like not really a podcast listener, you can go onto their YouTube channel and get a bunch of the stories, and you can see the articles that they pull up and things like that. If you like a little bit of irreverent, if you like hearing crazy stories, it is your kind of podcast. I'm gonna head out on my walk, and yeah, let's do it. For lunch, I wanted to keep things really simple, and so I decided to go ahead and use some of those hash browns that I purchased to have for breakfast. just eat them for lunch, why not? Sometimes it's really nice just to be able to pull something out of the fridge or freezer that does not need to be washed, does not need to be chopped up. So I'm using these potatoes O'Brien. They have some onions and also some bell pepper in them, and I think that's it. So I'm gonna use those potatoes for my starch, keep it really easy, and I'm going to chop up some asparagus and saute that just in a little bit of water. I pretty much just add it to the pan and just put in a splash of water whenever I think that it needs it. Once my asparagus was cooked to the texture that I like, I threw in those potatoes and I kept on adding a little splash of water on occasion. They are frozen, so they do have some of that water coming off of them, and they're vegetables, of course, so there's water in vegetables, but I did notice that I needed to add a little bit of liquid in there on occasion. Once everything was all cooked up, I seasoned and plated it up, and then I ate it and it was great. I kind of talked about this a little bit in the last video, but I really think it's true. Making sure that the meals are as simple as you want them to be in order to maintain the potato diet, I think it's really helpful. I know that it's taken me a while to be okay with how simple things are when I eat, but also it's really helpful and it's made it an easier thing. I'm just really okay with having a bowl of soup, or multiple, it's really more like 2 or 3 bowls of soup at a meal 4 or 5 times during the potato diet. I've noticed as I've gotten over feeling like I have to have something different every single meal, it's made it easier for me to do it and also keep my family happy and not feel the stress of having to cook separate meals sometimes, because honestly, when I do this kind of a diet, it's usually I'm feeding myself and then I'm feeding my family something completely different. Keeping everyone's meals simpler during this time just makes it work better. And also, having my family eat what I'm eating a lot of the time is also very helpful. They do eat quite a few of the meals that I have, and it is a very frequent occurrence that I will steam up potatoes in my Instant Pot and I'll pull off the lid and one of the kids comes up and is like, "Ooh, potatoes, can I have one?" Sure, you can have a potato. I never ever thought that my kids would be like that, but it's really awesome to see, and it makes me so happy that they're thrilled with just splitting a potato open, putting a little bit of salt and stuff on there, and they're good to go. It's dinner time and I am kind of losing light quickly. I'm starting to have to really fight with the light. Tonight, I am making mashed potatoes for everyone. I choose as an adult to not peel potatoes as often as I can possibly do it. I'm sorry, Mom, but I really hated peeling potatoes when I was a kid. Anyway, I don't like peeling potatoes. I will do it when I am asked because I feel like those are good manners, but in my house, I do not peel potatoes. Red potatoes it is then. So I scrubbed down some of the red potatoes. You just kind of cut them into chunks. You can peel your potatoes if you feel like it. I actually don't even own a potato peeler. Once I've scrubbed the potatoes, chunked them up, thrown them into the Instant Pot, I add some water. I also throw in some seasonings and I put that little lid on and set the timer. You can do vegetable broth if you want a little bit more flavor or things like that, but pretty much you just, water will do it. I'm also going to add in a little bit of cashew milk later on to make it a little bit more creamy. So there is that part of it that will make it a little bit creamier as well. Once the potatoes are done cooking, I just get out my masher, I mash them up. I also make sure that I drain off the liquid first. That is an important step. I've left all the water in before, and then the problem that I had was that my potatoes were way too watery, and I've had times where I just would turn it into a potato soup, and that worked okay too. But make sure you drain off the liquid before you start to mash. If you ended up using a broth, you can reserve some of that liquid that you pour off and then add that in for mashing, but I just like to add in the cashew milk, so that's what I do. So after you've poured off the liquid, mash up add in whatever else you want to. Maybe you need a little bit more salt and pepper, seasonings. Maybe you want to add in your broth or cashew milk or whatever kind of plant-based milk that you have on hand, and go from there. Of course, for me, no day would be complete on the potato diet without a salad. So I got my salad ready. I just chopped up that lettuce and then made sure that I got some extra vegetables in. I felt like I wanted some more today, especially after last night's salad was so meager. Sometimes you just have to get the greens in, and I will literally just chop up a bunch of greens and I will put salad dressing on there and call it good. Once I had the celery, cucumber, and carrots all chopped up, it was ready to go on to my lettuce and ready to go in my belly. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Day 6 is done. One more day to go. One more video, my friends. And yes, I will be including what I lost total when I weigh in on the day after day 7. So the day after tomorrow, I will weigh in and I'll include that at the end of tomorrow's video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that these videos give you a good idea of how I eat on the potato diet and just how simple it can be. Remember, it's all about the experiences, not the stuff, and I will see you on the next video, which will be tomorrow. Day 7. Woohoo!